I wanted something for the Black professional. I wanted something for Black professionals to feel like, hey, listen, I can come here and say the thing that I can't always say in the workplace. I can really process what is going on within me from a lens of being a Black person in a professional setting. And while that may not be applauded or welcomed in the workplace, I can do this here because wherever I go, there I am. And let me break down for y'all what that means to me. It means that it doesn't matter where you show up. All the things that are in you, whether you try to hide it or not, whether you feel like you can mask it and code switch or not, all of those different parts are right within you. And in a day, in a work day, the amount of time where you have to quiet yourself or shift who you are or worry because you showed up authentically, like so many workplaces ask you to do, because you showed up authentically, that then you're going to be persecuted for it. I wanted a space for us to come together and to love on one another and to provide each other comfort in some kind of way. And so I have been saying for a while that we were going to begin our live talk series. So I want to honor that by letting everybody know that mid-April, we are off to the races. I'm actually going between two dates. It's the beginning of April and mid-April. So stay tuned because it will either be the first week or the third week in April that we go live with this. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to kind of get out there and connect with you guys through videos such as this. So that way we, one, draw awareness to what UpLift Hub is doing and that UpLift Hub exists. And also to just kind of start hearing from you all about the different things that you want to talk through and talk about. Okay? UpLift Hub, the UpLift Hub community. I'm sharing this on platforms where people know what it is, and I'm going to share it on some platforms where folks may not know what it is. So I want to go into this. But the UpLift Hub community is both on LinkedIn and Facebook, and it is a community where Black professionals come together to feel seen, loved on, and supported. There are going to be talks that we do that allow us to just kind of get our thoughts out and receive support from one another. There are going to be informational sessions later down the line where I bring in folks who are willing to donate their time and their expertise in navigating different challenges in the workspace. I will be sharing resources through both articles, right? Those are already in existence. There are on LinkedIn, there are articles that have been shared with, and all of the articles end with reflective questions. And these are not just reflective questions for show. These are questions that I truly wholeheartedly believe if you take time to reflect on, that it is going to evoke some sense of self, a stronger sense of self, a level of comfort and empowerment, because these questions are for you, about you, to grow you in some area. What else? There's also going to be like tip sheets and different resources for us to safeguard ourselves when we feel as though the workplace is becoming a bit problematic, where we feel like, somebody is micromanaging us unjustly, where we feel as though we are being targeted for something, something where we feel like there is some kind of attack on us professionally. So I want to also provide resources for us to use and make sure that we are able to prepare ourselves if the need comes for any kind of HR issues or mediations that come up. Okay. Let's see what else I can share. I guess I will share where it all came from. Um, and so I'll start off with, and I definitely did this backwards in terms of the order, but y'all just bear with me. Um, so my name is Denise Relf, and I have another practice that I founded called Never Stop Growing Coaching and Consulting. And so that's my first baby, that's my business. And something felt like it was missing in that work. Um, when I would do, actually, it still comes up from time to time. So not even would. When I host different workshops, facilitate different workshops, and there's one particular workshop, it's a whole entire program that I have, and it's on creating a more cohesive workplace. Part of the program is this workshop that speaks to restorative conversations. That's the program. And it speaks to unconscious bias in the workplace. And I would find myself in this workshop facilitating it. And there are Black professionals who you can hear the despair in their voices, and it presents in different ways and the comments that they make. And I would just want to kind of say to them more directly, like, I see you and I hear you. And so here is the additional thing that I would suggest for you. And there are some moments where I'm able to kind of professionally work that in there. But to be able to speak sister to another sister, or sister to a brother, or sister to another Black professional, it hits different. At least for me, it does. And so I would sit there and feel like, there got to be something else I can do. And then having gone through my own challenges and places of employment that I've had in the past, having my own wonderings and struggles come up, I felt like this is an issue that I want to be a part of the solution for. And so I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do or what that would look like. I am a certified coach, and so I believe in the power of coaching. I don't just believe in it because I'm a coach. I believe in it because I use it on myself constantly and see the benefits of it, right? And have made it work for me. Finally, one day, this was 2024, right after the presidential election of 2024, I found myself frustrated and I found myself saddened because as a Black person in America, I felt like it just got scarier. And I was exhausted also because I have had many talks. I have shared my position on things. I have been active in terms of standing up for the things that I believe in. And yet we have an election and this is the outcome. And so I didn't want to do anything, right? At this point, I'm like, nope. And in comes the idea for UpLift Hub. In the moment where I wanted to take a backseat and not do anything was the moment that I felt called. And I am also a Christian woman. And I believe that, not even I believe, well, two things. I believe that one of the greatest things that we can give to another human is love. And I think that love has an action behind it, right? So it's not just, that's too big of a thing to kind of tackle right now. But I feel like love is demonstrated in our actions. And so for me, one of my consistent prayers is, God, let me be a reflection of you to others in my own unique way. Let me be a reflection of you to others. And so that shows up in practice for me in a number of different ways. One, demonstrating my humanity, the fact that I am not perfect, the fact that I am still struggling to try to figure it out, but that I'm also open and brave enough to share genuinely what that looks like and how I'm able to navigate through with the intention of it being a loving act to someone else, because I believe that we can learn and grow from each other's experiences. And that's why things like testimonies are so powerful. And so when I received the call from God, which is where I believe it came from, to do this now, I was kind of frustrated because I was just like, what do you want me to do now? The country just elected someone who I feel is not going to do much good for Black Americans. So what do you want me to do? Right? I'm like, I have a practice that is growing and I need to make sure that that don't get messed up. God, what do you want me to do? And it became so clear. Baby, it became so clear. I got this urge to start writing and it just flowed and the ideas just flowed. And then putting it all together, it was like, okay, me and my personal assistant, is what I call Chat GPT, me and my personal assistant are going to take these thoughts and ideas and form them into something. And that became UpLift Hub. I didn't even have a name for it. That was me and my personal assistant going back and forth until the UpLift Hub community came to be. And I was like, okay, this is what this is. And so my hope to all of the Black professionals who have joined and will join the space is that you allow yourself to be truly seen, that you allow yourself to be loved on, and that you allow yourself room for hope and optimism. That's so big, so big. Please allow yourself room for hope and optimism and the space to put that into practice. And I recognize that right off the bat, you might not know what that looks like or where you're going to find the capacity because you're so overwhelmed. Yes, I can understand that. All I ask is that you keep an open mind and that you stay curious and that you do a lot of reflection as a member of this community to then allow yourself to come up with the best solutions for you. And I promise to share and to pass along and be obedient where I feel called to give you what it is that I feel in my heart is what I'm called to share and do. And sometimes that's going to be scary for me, but I pray that I always show up and do it. And so I hope I'm not doing this alone. I hope that you will join the UpLift Hub community, excuse me. I hope that you will tell your friends and your family members, any other Black professional that you know, to join. If you are watching this and you are a professional, but you are not Black, let me say this to you. This is not designed to exclude you with cruelty, to exclude you with some kind of superiority complex, to exclude you in a way that is negative or harmful or detrimental. And yet I can still understand that it may feel like, well, damn, I might want some of these tips and things. This here is me pouring into individuals that look like me. There is something so deep and so hurtful about the Black experience in this country of the United States, right? Just in case anybody is watching this outside the US. There's something so deep and so personal and scary and painful and all the different things about being Black in this country, and then add on the audacity to be a professional, add on the audacity to try to advance yourself career-wise. And because I know it firsthand, and because I've heard it in group after group that I've joined, and because I have also dedicated my time and energy to be part of the solution through different affinity groups, and I'm doing institutional racism groups, I know that there is a continued need for groups that represent just us. And so my hope is that any non-Black professional watching this, that you would recognize the importance of this space and share it with any of your Black professional friends, loved ones, colleagues, that you would tell them, hey, this community exists and I love you so much that I want to pass this on to you and hope that you find something that you need, want, or desire by participating. And I hope that our relationship grows for it, right? But yeah, I want to make sure that that is very clear. So if you are interested in joining and you are a Black professional, there is a LinkedIn page that you can start with. That's where the newsletters are. And the place where we will be the most active is on our Facebook community page. So at the end of this video, I will share the details. But I think the easiest way to do it would be just to message me and I will send you the link. So it's just a simple click. If you are seeing this on a platform where you can just simply click a link, like if you're watching this on YouTube and you can go to the notes and just click the link to join, you got that. But I know some of the other social media sites you can't click. So if you want it, wherever you're seeing this video, DM me, I'll send you the links. You can also search UpLift Hub on LinkedIn, and you can search UpLift Hub on Facebook and find us there as well. You can request to join, and I will accept your request if you are a Black professional, and if you are not, you can receive the newsletter. But please understand, for the reason that I already shared, that I will not be accepting any request from anyone that does not identify as a Black professional. Let me kind of clear up too, for the preservation and the word sanctity is coming to mind, but I don't really think that that fits. But for the preservation of those of us in the group, when I say identify, please, please be respectful of what that means. And know that I want this to be a place of genuine connectedness of individuals across the Black diaspora in the United States who have experienced different challenges and different woes because of their Blackness, who have, whether it's been mental anguish or whether they've experienced it directly through experience with bosses and colleagues and so forth. I want this to be as genuine of a space for us, and a space that allows us to show up bravely each time we show up, and eventually become a place where we feel safe in being bold and brave. And so on that note, I'm going to stop because I think that's all I have for you guys, but more to be shared. So stay tuned and hope to see you in the UpLift Hub community. In the meantime, y'all, stay uplifted.